Debbie introduced you to the activity row. Is that correct?
Yes.
Those are single meaning pictures. You notice that there would be, you know, guacamole or avocado or, okay. Now, so picture producer words in Unity are often single hits, single selections. High frequency, non-picture producing words often require two selections, that's two hits. And in these non-picture producing high frequency words we have found over the years that representing them with two pictures often makes them much more translucent than they would have been with a single picture. Okay, also motor plans are helpful in learning two-hit words. Okay, now I'm going to show you the most morphologically rich. By the way, this is called syntax. It tells you where the words need to be put. Morphology means word forms and word endings. Les morphèmes. En français. Okay. All right. Now, take a look at this list of words. Is this morphologically complex? Well, I tried to teach these to my junior high school French students, and yes, this is complex. There's not just I, or me, or my, or mine, or myself. You know, there are all of these, but then you go down to us, we and us. You know, these are almost unrelated. We and us, our. Did you see how that goes along there? There are 27 different ones here. And when do these words come in? Early or late in language development? Remember your psycholinguistics course. These are attested at 18 months. Okay? These are, you know, I mean, they start coming in around 18 months. And except for these over here, they're pretty much all in and functioning by 48 months of age. So many of the children you'll be dealing with will have already chronologically been through that period of time. Okay, now I'm going to show you a technique for representing these. Okay, I'm going to start this up here. This is a device called a Pathfinder. It's not a device we're using, but it's a device that Chris Klein is going to be using. And we'll see him on Wednesday night, and so I thought you might want to see this. But it's a good device for handing around. And we'll just start here. Okay? And then I'm going to ask you to hand it to Gail, and then down to Megan. And, you know, then we're going to go around that way. But, okay, now, let me show you the icons. You'll recognize these, won't you? Yeah, you'll recognize these. Okay, Megan, didn't I give it to you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, could you clear display down on the right-hand side? Okay, great. Okay, Megan, I would like you to hit the pronoun I twice.
I.
You twice.
You.
He.
He.
She.
She.
It. I would like you to hit I and the tag here, the name tag.
My.
Is the name tag a good way to show possession? Okay. Okay, you hit you and the name tag.
Your.
Hey, go all the way down.
His. Her. Its. Our. Their.
Bingo. Okay. Look, now we have I and my. Would you pass it on to Gail? Gail, I'm going to ask you about the object pronoun, about me. And folks, this is why do we all know what an object is in language? Well, let's see. I gave Sam a book. The book is the direct object and Sam is the indirect object. Okay, I ate potatoes last night. What's the direct object? Potatoes. He hated potatoes. Potatoes. He gave me potatoes. What's me?
Me.
No, what is me? It's the indirect object. He hit me. What's the direct object? Me. So, these pronouns can be direct objects or indirect objects, but the indirect objects are the person for whom or to whom something is given or said or told. There's a litany that I used to do: given, said, told, shown, or done. That brings back memories. Okay, but now know what a direct object is. Subject, verb, object. Okay. Now, Gail, I would like you to select I and then object. One hit on I.
We.
Okay, you an object.
You.
He an object.
Him.
She an object.
Her.
It an object.
It.
We an object.
Us.
They an object.
Them.
That's really nice, isn't it? So now we have the I forms, the me forms, the my forms. Okay, now I'm going to give Gail a rather more difficult assignment. Okay. Okay, first off, we're going to do the mine forms. And what's the difference between my and mine? Now, if you know this, you're a real good linguist. My is an adjective, requires a noun to modify. My cup. Mine works like a noun, can be the subject or object of a sentence. I put my, he gave me a cup. It's the direct object. Where's my cup? It's, okay. But you can say my cup, but if you say mine is on the table, do you see it's the subject of that sentence? Get yours. You see how it's the object? Yeah. So this is the use of a pronoun, again, as a substantive. And so it means it's heavy. My is very light. My, it just floats there in front of some other word. But mine, that's a subject or an object. Okay, so now let's go down and look at this. Both of them show possession, but mine is heavier because it's really a substantive. Would you select would you select the name tag and I?
Mine.
Mine. Make it say yours.
Yours.
His.
His.
Hers.
Hers.
Its.
Its.
Ours.
Ours.
very well done, Gail. You see, here we go. See the difference? My, mine, your, yours. His is the same. Her, hers. Its is the same. Our, ours. Their, theirs. But, let's see. Mary? Is that you? Hi, okay. Mary, would you give me two sentences, one in which you use their and the other in which you use theirs?
Okay. Their dog is.
What?
Their dog is nice.
I can't.
Their dog is nice. Like their dog.
Their dog is nice, yes.
The clothes are theirs.
Bingo. That's the difference. By the way, we never make an error here. People do not err here. We never say, I want mine book. You know, we don't say that. We don't say, I want my, do we? No, I mean, these, Chomsky and others are very interested in words we never use incorrectly. Because they're parts of the constituents of language acquisition. Yeah, okay, so now, Gail, I would like, you just did it. Now, the next one is the reflexive. What's the difference between myself and me? Well, myself has two uses. She hit me. I hit myself. And that is when the objective form, the object, is the same person and number as the subject. It reflects back on the subject. All I can say is, well, it turned out to be a mess, but we did it to ourselves. You see how, well, their company's falling apart, but they did it to themselves. Okay, the other way we use it is as an intensive. Julius Caesar used to say, Caesar himself came to the battle. And then he stopped using the Caesar. And in Caesar's Gallic Wars, all he said was himself was there. Because he was writing a memoir from his point of view. Which meant I myself was there. But he stopped saying the I, and he stopped saying the Kaiser, the Caesar. And so there are many jokes about the phrase ipse in Latin. And every now and then elderly Latin professors who are particularly domineering will be called ipse. Yes, ipse was there, nothing happened. And then the issemus is the Latin superlative. And there's a word ipsissimus. And that's sometimes given to bossy faculty members. But in fact, we then use it as an intensive. I myself told her what she needed to do. I understand you yourself did that with them, all right? Or did he hurt himself? You're not saying, did he hurt him? Then that would mean to us that it was another he. Did he hurt himself? You see, okay. So these words are relatively common in English. Okay, and are they heavy? Well, myself is so much heavier than the simple object me, because so many more letters. So, let's go back. Let's go to object, and let's hit object and I.
Myself,
Do the rest of them.
yourself, himself, herself, ourselves, themselves.
Beautiful. Guys, we have just now transited all of these. I would say, okay, now I would like to show you how this is done in Dynavox. I'm doing it to you not to criticize Dynavox so much as to criticize page-based systems. This is not totally thought out, but unlike other systems, it gives you all of these options. And I was explaining this casually in the seminar that I did largely on morphology, and I was in the Fort Worth area in Texas. A huge audience, must have been 80 people there. And I was explaining this, and a woman raised her hand, a speech therapist whom I'd known on and off for some years, and she said, "Bruce, you've got the wrong idea." I said, okay, I can't tell you how many things I've learned by listening to various therapists and individuals asking me questions and things or telling me things. I said, okay, what do you mean? She said, you only put the pronoun you want the child to use in that session on your overlay. Does this tell you about the style of teaching here? They're going to teach her today, but it's going to be on a special page, and the way you learn her is not going to be the way you would ever use it in your regular life, because you'd have to hit the pronoun key and then go to this page. And a very important thing here is how many kids with cognitive impairments can't read? Well, just a huge number. And that's what it would be if you didn't have read. This is fantastically difficult. Wow. A child couldn't use this. And why is this difficult? Because they try to put too much significance inside a single picture, whereas up here we divide the meaning into 3 parts. Do you see what I mean? There's this, and there's this. There's this, and there's this. And that gives you a little motor plan. It divides the meaning. People say, well, why do we have to hit 2 keys on I to get I? Well, if you don't, it's waiting for you to tell whether you want I, or me, or my. Do you understand? Yeah. So the 2-hit way is much clearer to teach.